All right. In the past 3 months since I decided to give distrohunt.org a major overhaul and made so many different videos for that, I've had the opportunity to look at a lot of Arch-based distributions, and I have to say that I'm pleasantly surprised by the level of quality that I'm seeing in many of the Arch-based distributions that are coming to the table. And today's edition on Cup of Linux, Salient OS, has to be the icing on the cake. This is a very elegant and beautiful looking Arch Linux based distribution. And this is ideal for the home user, the artist, and the multimedia enthusiast, as you will see here. And one thing that sets this apart from the many other Arch Linux distributions that are out there is the attention to detail that went into this build. Not only do you have a plethora of very nice applications to help you to get the job done, but there is also a lot of configurations that have been done under the hood to have everything working so that you don't have to go through the efforts of configuring all of these things yourself. I had an opportunity to speak with the developer of this OS, Silent Robot. He actually builds distros just the way I do. He has the same kind of mindset. So this is definitely a joy to have a look at this, as you're going to see here. So this is what you get upon doing a fresh installation, and you will see on the upper right corner of the screen we have our session menu. Okay, this is using XFCE, the latest stable release, your calendar and time. You also have PEMAC, which is Manjaro's graphic user interface for installing packages. If you go into the settings here and into preferences, you can also enable Arch user repository support, although this is not officially supported. Ideally, if you want to use a distribution like this, you should already have a working knowledge of how to use Arch Linux in the first place. Otherwise, I would recommend that if you're a beginner and you want to try an Arch-based distro, Manjaro is the way to go. But after you've had time to sink your feet into this, you've already read the Arch wiki, maybe even built Arch Linux, this is the most ideal one that I've seen. Yeah, awesome stuff here. So at any rate, you have these tools available to you. You also have network preferences, clipboard utility, volume control with quick access to your Pulse audio volume control available here. And then on the upper left, you'll see that we have the whisker menu pre-configured for you, and everything you're going to need for all your multimedia needs are included in here, as you're going to see in today's demonstration. Quick launches to your default applications are included here. Okay, in your accessories, everything you need to get the most out of the system, and these are typical with any Linux distribution that you install today. You have an archive manager, you have disk management utilities, manage your printing and that sort of thing. All of those are included, but this also has Cavanthum thrown in, so now you can have a nice balanced look of your system with both Qt and GTK applications having matching. And so I'm glad that we've got Cavanthum now that does that for us. Redshift is also thrown in for those of you who like to spend too much time staring at a computer screen. At least this is going to, balance the hues of the screen and maybe save yourself some eye strain there. Screenshot, pretty much the usual thing. Wine Tricks is even thrown in. Yes, there's a lot of under the hood stuff here, but weighing in at 2.5 gigs, this has the mother load, let me tell you. All right. Let's go ahead and look into games here because that's one of the things that they wanted to mention is that they do have a focus on gaming. Steam with both native and runtime options are available to you, so you can get many of, some of those games are troublesome, so you may have to run a different version of the Steam runtimes in order to get those working. But you also have a few other games, Block Attack, Checkers, and Sudoku included with this. But the icing on the cake is Lutris. And the developer Silent Robot himself told me that pretty much everything in Lutris has been pretty much configured for you. So if you want to get DXVK working or Proton, you can do that. It's all set up for you. So personally, I haven't been able to put that to the test, though, because I'm not a Lutris user. Yep, I'm one of those stubborn people that's still hooked on Play on Linux. I have Proton running through that, and it's fine for me. Eventually, I'm going to bite the bullet, though, and give Lutris a deeper look one of these days when I have time for it. In graphics, you have a bunch of other interesting tools. Okay, Blender is a development build. You got 2.8, which has the latest rendering capabilities. Now, I haven't had an opportunity to try that out yet, but I did look at it, and I love the shape that Blender is taking. They kind of rearranged all the menus, and I'm a little confused about that, so probably not ready for me to jump and take the plunge there. But it is there for those of you who got to be on the bleeding edge. Darktable is also included with this. You get the GIMP, Inkscape, and a few other little utilities thrown in. And then, of course, in the internet, you have your choice, Chromium or Firefox. And then, of course, Discord for those of you who want to chat. I'm still married to Mumble, but that's me. FileZilla for managing FTP. You've got Thunderbird and Transmission thrown in as well. And then in Multimedia, the cat's meow. Everything but the kitchen sink has been thrown in here. And there's stuff you don't even see here as well. All right, so you have Audacity for managing all of your recordings. Okay, you have Baka MPlayer, which is basically a front end for MPV that extends its functionality. Personally, I'll stick with MPV myself. I like it that way. You also get Handbrake for transcoding all of your multimedia tiles from MP3 to OGG, right? You're switching to free and open, right? Of course you are. That's what I thought. Kdenlive, bar none, my favorite Linux video editor. I know some people have mentioned that they prefer OpenShot. Well, that's included too, and it's a little bit easier. So we got some things for the hardcore video editor and then the novice video editor. You also get LMMS, which is Linux's answer to Fruity Loops. And if you're proficient with Wine, you might just be able to get some of your VST plugins to work with it. It's been a number of years since I've played with it. I know it's possible. Haha, you got to try it out for yourself. OBS is included with this as well, but for those of you who do not meet the hardware requirements for OBS, Simple Screen Recorder is thrown in here as well. And then, of course, for those of you who are really into getting your audio on, Jack is included with this as well. And I'm assuming that's what Patchage and Patch Matrix are for as well. I've never seen these programs. I don't know what they do, but I'm guessing these are probably Jack utilities, and Jack is some awesome stuff, especially if you want to do some real-time special effects with your audio. Jack is the way you want to go with that. In Office, well, you get a dictionary and a document viewer. That's right. If you want to do a spreadsheet, you're going to have to install the software yourself for that. But that's all cool. I don't even have an Office suite installed on my Linux distro either. Imagine that. All right, let's see what else we have in here. Okay, so we got a HP scanner here. All your settings, you can also hit the settings from this icon here or this icon down here. We'll take a look at that in a minute. You also have some other additional system tools, adding and removing software, bulk renamers, virtual boxes thrown in if you need it. So, I mean, pretty much, this is a nice little distro that you can slap on that extra computer you have at home and start building and playing with it. This would be a perfect OS to give to your teenagers, you know. They'll have a lot of fun with this distro. Absolutely. Okay, so beautifully themed, nice dark theme, and I like this setup here. Even the terminal has theming. I do the same thing, except I use NeoFetch. This one uses Pureline, I think it's called. Let's see, I can't remember what that is called. Nano Bash RC. No, it's called Pureline. Pureline. And Silent Robot, I love this theme. I'm going to be nicking this off your distro. Yeah, because I love how this. I love how this terminal looks. I like this better than mine. So yeah, I'm nicking your config file, dude. You know, you should always explore Linux distros because there are a bunch of really cool things you can find out there. Let's go ahead and close this window here. All right, so you got everything to manage your system is right here. So if you want to manage how all your Qt apps looks, you have the Kvantha Manager right here, and you can, and pretty much this is showing you how your Qt apps are going to look, but you can select different themes here, or maybe you can configure different active themes, or, you know, select different themes with this, and you can see there's a bunch of them. And select use this theme and see how that's changed it now. And this is how all of your Qt apps are going to look. And so you can get a level of consistency with GTK, which is here, and this is Qt over here, so you can get them to match to a degree there. So cool stuff indeed with that. And pretty much front ends for most things you would want right here: accessibility, session, and startup, that sort of thing. Hopefully in the future we'll start seeing more Arch spins having more graphical tools to make it even more user-friendly, like Manjaro has. But from what I'm starting to see right now in the Arch side of things, because it's been a long time since I ran Arch as a daily driver, I'm very, very, very close to making a Clonezilla backup of my hard drive and putting Arch on there and playing with it again. Say hi to a good old friend, huh? So who knows? We might be seeing that on Cup of Linux in the near future. So yeah. Would I use something like this as a daily driver? Absolutely. This is a beautiful looking OS. And although personally I have my headset on specific applications, so I'll be building Arch Linux from scratch myself, but this is a beautiful distro in its own right. So if you already have an understanding of how to use Arch Linux, this is a perfect OS to slap on your spare machines that you have at home, because pretty much, you know, you've got everything you need to make a nice little multimedia center or a gaming machine, something great for the teenagers that you have at home. And need a nice little OS for them. This is it right here. Good stuff indeed. Silent Robot, you did an awesome job on this distribution. And so this weekend, if I have time, I know I'm going to be doing a, as stated, I'm going to be doing a clone of my SSD drive, and then I'm going to bite the bullet and build Arch. But since it's Saturday night, tonight is game night, so I can't be doing it tonight because, well, we got to get our game on, right? So yeah, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, UTC -5, Cup of Linux Gaming on Mumble. Go to cupoflinux.com, click the chat button, gives you instructions on connecting to us on Mumble. I've got tons of Steam keys to give away, but only if we have enough people. We're going to be doing Star Conflict and Super Tux Kart. That's right, we're playing the multiplayer game. And let me tell you what, kids, it's fun. We're having a blast with it, so hope to see all of you there. It should be a lot of fun. And I can't think of what else to say other than why don't you take a little bit of your time today and be excellent with somebody today? I'm not sure what I'm covering next on Cup of Linux, but I'm sure I'll have something equally exciting. So until next time, peace out.